Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Loomian Legacy News Center recap, a weekly series covering the latest Loomian Legacy news, drama, updates, and more. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at Wresolen's Vari evolution update, Llama Train Studios' development plans letter, Lando 64,000's announcement tweets, the Buzzolen Vari evolution update, and so much more. So without further ado, let's get into today's news. The first story of today's video has to do with the announcement tweet that Lando 64,000 tweeted out on August 23rd. It says, "We're planning to release a new Vari evolution this weekend. I'm also going to try and write a quick developer message to the players about general Loomian Legacy development plans this week." And on August 27th, he tweeted out another tweet saying, "We plan to release the new Vari evolution tomorrow, sometime around 12 p.m. Central Distance Time." Also included with this, a developer message about the general future plans for Loomian Legacy. We don't go into very specific plans, but this should shed some light on what we're planning. With that being said, let's go over how to get Wresolen. Wresolen is a brawler type Loomian in Loomian Legacy. To get Wresolen, you need to find the gymnasium called Gym Rats. Gym Rat is directly across from the Sapphire City Ballet Theater. Inside the building, a trainer will offer you prizes for knocking out a level 30 heavy bag. In order to evolve Vari into Wresolen, you will need to have Vari knock out the heavy bag, and once it does, it will evolve into Wresolen. Wresolen itself has two different types of forms depending on its gender. If it's a male, it has longer horns, and if it's a female, it has short horns. And this is how you get Wresolen. Now let's go back and read the developer message from Llama Train Studios. It says, "The purpose of this message is to inform the Loomian Legacy community regarding general future plans for the game. To start off, we would like to thank everyone for their support during the development of Loomian Legacy thus far. The Llama Train Studio development team is still determined and focused on improving and updating Loomian Legacy and providing a larger variety of gameplay. With that said, we would like to address something about Loomian Legacy in its current state. The game currently has a variety of different activities to keep players busy once they've reached the end of the available story. There is PvP for players who would like to prove their skills against other players. There is an ever-growing Lumipedia and master system for players to work on and receive beneficial rewards. There is also a variety of rare type of Loomians to hunt for, allowing players to build impressive inventories to trade or show off. With all this activity in the game, players will eventually find themselves running out of content to keep them going. In order to remedy this, it is our job to make sure we provide entertaining updates for players during the game dry periods. Unfortunately, certain events and updates often come at cost of time towards developing the main story. We hope to fix this in the near future. We at Llama Train Studio have many exciting plans for new features to add extended playability that the general player base will find entertaining. With LLNC in development, we'll be adding even more story progression, but with the same limited cycle of entertainment that previous Ballet Theater updates have provided. This is why we plan to add several new game features throughout the game's development, starting after LLNC. The first new feature will not only add endless cycle of entertainment, but it will also be something that is easy for us to update and add content to in quicker intervals. With these new features, players will be able to earn exciting new prizes and discover rare new Loomians. We aren't ready to go into detail on this planned feature yet, but we expect the general player base will have a lot of fun with it. In conclusion, our main focus for the game will be always to develop the main story, while adding new Loomians and rewards along the way. We also have the goal of adding more features that allow us to update the game with more ease and provide lots of entertainment to our general audience. Again, we thank everyone who supported our team. We love the work we do for Loomian Legacy, and we want everyone else to enjoy the time playing the game. From Llama Train Studio. With that being said, we're going to go into the next section of this episode, which will be the more announcements that Llama Train Studio and level 64,000 tweeted out. On September 3rd, 2021, level 64,000 tweeted out the following tweet saying, "New Vari evolution planned for tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Distance Time," meaning that there's going to be a Vari evolution that comes out at that day, which that was on Saturday, so that been Sunday it came out. And the new Vari evolution that Lando64,000 was referring to is called Buzzolen. Buzzolen is a Vari evolution, just like the other Vari evolutions like Serverlen, Wendolen, Kirolen, Sepolen, Vinolen, and Wresolen. Buzzolen is a Vari evolution. Buzzolen evolves when Florence pollen is used on Vari. So, enable to get pollen from Florent, you will need to have ecstatic, also known as perfect bond Florent, and you will need to have 2 players using it. One player will use Florence pollen, and it will stick onto Vari. Once that happens, Vari will evolve into Buzzolen. And there's 2 different type of forms of Buzzolen. Not really, depends on what gender you have. If it's a male, it's going to be skinnier. If it's a female, it's going to be bigger. Males have longer ears, while females have longer honeycombs at their back. And that's basically how you get Buzzolen in Loomian Legacy. With that being said, let's go into the next part. Next part is going to be the announcement tweet. These are the main announcement tweets other than Lando 64,000 Zone. This is Lawman Train Studio and the main announcement tweet for Buzzolen. So before this update came out, Buzzolen wasn't introduced. So this will be the announcement parts of the update. Lawman Train Studio tweeted out on September 3rd, 2021 saying, we're introducing a few quality of life improvements to Loomian Legacy in tomorrow's update, which is the Buzzolen update. First, we're adding a female Wresolen, which wasn't added before, to be more consistent with our other Vari evolutions. Second, we're adding a dog signifying if a Loomian has a secret ability when checking the rally. So, in the attached image in this tweet, you can see Wresolen, a female Wresolen, that does not have as long horn as a male Wresolen has. And then you can see in the next picture is Revolt, and you can see a purple dot in the inventory or the rally inventory, and you can see a purple dot indicating that it has a special ability. That is easier for players to recognize if it has a special ability or not. Then, in the second tweet, Lawman Train Studio also says on the same day, saying, we're also adding a new reward for reaching mastery level 59 that will permanently decrease rallying times. We will publish more information later regarding rally rates. Also, if the leader Loomian in the rally has a secret ability, the chance of rallying a secret ability Loomian is increased by 4 times, meaning that when she hits level 5 mastery, you will get the faster rallying perk or reward. And then, if the leader Loomian in the rally has a secret ability, chances of you rallying a secret ability Loomian will be increased by 4 times. In the next tweet, Nancy 4000 says on the same day, September 3rd, he says, we have one more quality of life improvement that we are saving to announce tomorrow before the update. And the next tweet, Lawman Train Studio says on September 4th, 2021, saying, also included in today's update, which is the Buzzolen update, is a new pity system for gleaming and roaming encounters. The pity system guarantees a gleaming or roaming encounter after a certain number of boosted wild encounters. More information can be found in the images. So, if you can see in the pictures on screen, these are the images that were attached with that tweet. The first image contains the gleaming and roaming reveal. So you can see beside the roaming and corrupt card, inside the Loomian boost area, you can see the gleaming option toggled, and you can see the roaming pity. So gleaming counts down from 1 in 23 in this image, and then you can see roaming pity at 1 in 28. That's what it counts down if we enable it. In the next image, here are the rules of gleaming and roaming pity encounter. So gleaming pity encounter. While your gleaming Loomian boost is running and the gleaming pity switch is on, your standard wild encounters will be counted. So that means if you encounter a Loomian in the wild, it will be counted once you have that thing toggled. When encounter hits 0, you are guaranteed to encounter a gleaming Loomian. Encountering a gleaming Loomian will reset your gleaming pity. So meaning if you encounter a gleaming Loomian, when encounter hits 0, it will reset the whole thing back to the original number. With the Gleaming Charm, the Gleaming Pity counter counts down from 128. Without the Gleaming Charm, the Gleaming Pity counter counts down from 256. Only one Pity counter switch may be activated at one time. So if you have the Gleaming Charm, it will count down for 128. Without it, it will count down for 256. When it hits 0, you will get a Gleaming Lumion. But you must buy the Gleaming Lumi Boost and not other ones. It has to be the Gleaming Lumi Boost that's bought and then turn on the Pity switch that's activated. In the next image, we have the roaming Pity counter. Roaming Pity counter, while your roaming Lumi Boost is running and the roaming Pity is activated, your standard wild counters will be counted. When the counter hits 0, you are guaranteed to encounter a roaming Lumion. Encounter a roaming Lumion will reset your roaming Pity counter, just like the Gleaming one. The same rules applies. But with a roaming charm, the roaming Pity counter will count down from 128. Without the roaming charm, the roaming Pity counter counts down from 256. Only one Pity counter can be activated at one time. So that's how it works. And then on the side, last image, you can see 4 hours, and it will say 1, 2, 3, stuff like that, letting you know how long you have on the Pity counter. So you can see 4 hours, and you can see the number 1, 2, 3. That means 123 encounters until you get that specific, Pity counter. With that being said, let's do a review. So the review of today's episode was, first, LLNC tweet announcing the new update, which was the Wresolen update. Then there was a development letter sent out talking about the future plans of Loomian Legacy. There was the announcement tweets about Buzzolen, the tutorial or the information about Wresolen and Buzzolen, and then the final announcement tweets about the Pity system in Loomian Legacy. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. If you enjoyed today's video, why not like and subscribe? And also click that bell and set on notification so you never miss out on the upload.